Good morning, I'm UK Air Rifleman, and this morning I'm going to go do something a little different to what I normally do. We're going to stalk from one end of the wood all the way through to the other end, using a fairly clear path. I don't know how clear this path is now, because I've only just started coming back here really in the last few months. I had a good break from shooting. The decoying, right, I've talked to you about that. I did give it a go in the end. Boxing Day it was cancelled because of the weather. It was awful. So I recorded the Grey Squirrel Control instructional movie instead. And then I went out yesterday with a turkey carcass and some crow decoys, and I went right to where I saw those crows in episode 5. And, well, to be perfectly frank, not a lot happened. Got a shot at a squirrel, fairly confident it's down, but couldn't find it. So, it wasn't really much to show you, unfortunately. So we're going to try this today. The other reason I don't think the decoying's working is because I've noticed, since starting to come back to this permission, after my break, there's a lot of people on it, walking dogs. There is a footpath that runs through it called the Shropshire Way, which seems to be being used quite heavily now, even this time of year. So in the summer, it's going to be very difficult for me. This is another reason why I'm going through the woods. I think it's the best chance we're going to have a shot at anything, to be fair. The decoying yesterday, I think it was pretty much spoiled within 5 minutes of getting in the hide, because a bloke come walking straight through the middle of the pattern just as it was getting light, and all the crows saw him. And obviously when the crows see the decoy and the decoy is not moving because of this bloke, it just gives the game up. If I hadn't used the decoy, I think I might have done better, to be honest. I think the decoy actually put them off, and I should have just left the carcass out there. I also tried a caller, which I wanted to talk to you about. One of my role models is Hunter's Vermin, and he's a proficient corvid shooter in Northern Ireland. And this new caller of mine is called the Nordic Crow. Now, if you want to see a really good review, I would suggest you watch his video. And I've used it yesterday, and it's absolutely superb. I have got a clip of me using it, which I'll share in this video. But no, the crow decoy didn't work. I even tried putting a magpie decoy out to try and reinforce the pattern. Nothing came in. And the ironic thing is all the birds were over in the area where I was in episode 5. She's about right, really, isn't it, I suppose. The thing is, if I'd have up sticks and gone over there, they'd have just gone to where I was. So it's just one of them things. But I don't think we'll be doing decoying for a while. It's going to be a lot of woodland stuff, at least until the springtime. So if you're already bored, then I apologise, because we're going to be doing a lot more of it. We might be doing some farmyard stuff, and we might be doing some rabbit stuff as well on my other permission. So hopefully I'm looking at getting a night vision unit for the Virarch, and it's got the ability to record scope cam footage both day and night. So that might make for some interesting footage as well. As you can see, it's daylight. There's not really much point stalking through the twilight because you're not going to see anything. They're going to spot you before you see them. So we just thought we'd start late. It's about 8:30, 10 minutes after sunrise. I'll get my boots on and we'll get in there, and hopefully we'll get some footage of whatever I manage to shoot at. We're looking at squirrels on the whole, and wood pigeons, and if a crow's blind and stupid, we might get a shot at him as well. So we'll see you in the woods. when you're in a hide, there's not a lot going on. It's sometimes worth having a play with these just to pass the time. And if there's any dog walkers about, you scare them to death as well. But that's about all I've managed to do with a crow call, but it's worth giving it a go. This crow call's absolutely superb. In fact, I think it's one of the best on the market, and it comes well recommended by a role model of mine who's already reviewed it on YouTube. And if you want a full and thorough review, I suggest you watch that. It's Hunter's Vermin. So we'll give it a go. I've had a few goes already and I've cocked it up, but we'll see if we bring some birds in. You never know. It helps me speak of the lingo. I don't know whether that was any good, folks, but well, there's no birds come, so it's obviously not, is it? But it's not quite quiero una cerveza, por favor, is it? But there we go. Never mind. Probably scared them all off, if anything. Okay, we're in. As you can see, the path is still fairly well used. But we'll have to be careful about fallen twigs. And it goes off through there into the wilderness. It'll probably take me all day to get through it if I'm doing it right. This looks like a likely looking spot anyway. Okay, so I'm just down the hill from that spot I call the hot spot. On the other side of the fence. My western boundary is about 40 yards away to my left. There's a little trick for you. A lot of these people go out and buy specialist equipment to work out the wind direction when they're deer stalking. Just use one of these. I don't think we're going to see any deer. Not that I'm going to be shooting at them anyway, but I like to see them if I can. Right, we've reached an interesting landmark in the wood, which I'm going to nickname a Sniper's Nest. Now it doesn't look as steep on camera, but I've got a commanding view of quite a lot of the wood. The brook is all the way down there. I'm going to rest up here for half an hour and see what comes along. We'll do a bit of static hunting here, I think. Oh, this is a spot I nicknamed Pride Rock. It's basically a headland for this river here. It's a good place to check your zero. I just shoot into the mud down there. But this is the very edge of my western boundary here. Over the brook is somebody else's land. And there's at least 5 drays over there. There's 1, 2, 3. There's 2 up there. Make it 3. 1, 2, 3. So it might be worth sticking here for 10-15 minutes or so. Oh well, we're in Pride Rock still. I don't know whether you saw a lot on that scope cam footage, but he didn't really give me an opportunity. But even if he had done, I couldn't take the shot because he's not on my land. So never mind. Bit of wildlife photography instead. I've just found something peculiar. That is an ear tag, normally used on sheep and cattle. I'm about 10 yards inside of the woods from the field, but what's that doing here? Plus the fact, how did it come off the ear? Now I have got a little story to tell you. I was coming through this wood the once and I got growled at by something. I mean, you're probably thinking, oh, it's just another one of them big cat stories, but I've been hunting this ground for a long time. I've never heard anything like it before or since, and when you hear it, I was stock still. Oh, with fear. I don't know what it was, but that's unusual, very unusual. Makes me think I need a bigger gun. Closely filled the scope. How did you miss? Now, I've been watching this chap for a bit, and I hit a twig in the foreground. I was actually shooting prone. Okay, you've seen me miss a couple. One was a sitter. We're about halfway through. I'm the worst stalker ever, to be honest with you. But the ground isn't as clear as what it used to be. There's a lot of trees come down across the path. It's making it difficult for me to get around here quietly. And I haven't seen a lot as a result. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get to the end of my stalk and then I'm going to static hunt. Which, I've got to be honest with you, it's the best method on this ground. Either that or if we find a decent spot on the way there. My usual spot's just behind me. I say just, I've got to get through loads of rubbish and cross over 3 brooks but we're going to head up the other way. If we find it's on the other side of the ravine, overlooking the brook again. So we'll see if we can find a decent spot there and sit and wait for something to come along, because it's the only way it's going to happen. Okay, we've reached the end of the stalk. We're in the northwestern corner of my permission. It's nicknamed Muntjac Corner, mainly because there's a lot of muntjac here. I'm lucky to have got here, to be honest with you. It's like stalking over butter with twigs in it. I'm lucky not to have broken a leg or gone into this ravine. It's not been fun at all, and as a result I haven't really seen a lot. I've gone sliding down on my arse on a bank about 70 degrees, gun up in the air. It's a shame I couldn't film it for you, you'd have laughed your knackers off, but there we go. So we're going to do some static hunting here now. It's 20 to 1, it gets dark at 4, so I don't know what's going to come along. I've got pretty good lines of sight everywhere, lots of nice tall trees. I know the jackdaws come into these trees as well, so we might have some action with them. I'm set up properly for them with the 177, a bit of longer range. We've got some trees up there as well we might be able to shoot out of. That one there, all of these. So hopefully the static hunt will go well. Okay, we got ourselves a hen wood pigeon. The headshot was on, but she was quite a long way out, so I went for the heart and lung shot, and it's, well, that's about as good as it gets really. You can't really, I couldn't place the pellet better than that. The only hard bit about this bird really was the retrieve. Now the retrieve, hopefully the camera's not going to do it justice really, but that's level. I have to go down there, all the way up the other side of it, all the way up the left hand side, all the way up there, and you see where it just clears there in the middle of the picture? That's the fence line, and she dropped just inside of the fence line. I had to make myself a little walking stick, and it was completely and utterly mad to even attempt that retrieve, but we got her. When you're shooting at anything, you don't really think about going to fetch it at the time, even the best of us. But the reason I've stuck around is because of that. That's a pigeon feather, and that's not the only one, them everywhere. I think this is a roosting spot. There's high trees, there's low trees, and quite frankly, because it's in a steep ravine, it's keeping the wind off the birds as well, and they're nice and comfy, and hopefully some more will come in while we've still got the light. We haven't got much light left, we've got about half an hour, so we might be filming in the dark. Right, I think that's it, we're going to have to call it. It's been hard work again, if I'm honest, but there we are, one hen wood pigeon shot with the wonderful Virarc HW100 BP in 177, and I've had a new bag. I was getting a bit fed up with the game bag. It just put me off balance when I was stalking really, so on with it's a 50 litre military style backpack off Wish, and it didn't cost a lot of money at all, and it is actually superb. And that's that telescopic stool I was on about in episode 5. That's rather good. It does make your backside hurt after a while though. So we're going to hopefully get this pigeon sorted before it gets dark, and then we're going to head back up the hill. There's an opening straight into this wood onto the field, and we'll head back to the car. It's going to be a long walk back to the car, and that's the main reason why I'm going now and not hanging around. I've forgot my headlamp. Yep, what a plonker. Anyway, we'll catch you in the next one. Thank you very much for watching.